Alrighty, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we'll be doing a diff cover modification on the Axial SCX24 Jeep Wrangler JLU. So in my last build, I went with the hot racing diff covers. If you haven't seen that build, check it out right here in the playlist. But I went with the hot racing diff cover. So this time I wanted to do something different. So this is the KYX diff cover. I got it off of eBay. It was $11 for one diff cover, so I got two, so 22 bucks. This diff cover is a little bit different than the hot racing one. One, because it's not weighted, so this is just aluminum, so there's not much weight like brass would be. This diff cover doesn't come with screws, so you're gonna have to use the screws that come with the truck. And it's kind of just for looks, really. It's red. It's not gold like the other hot racing one was. I just wanted to have a little bit of red on the truck. So really, I'm just going for an aesthetic look, not really a performance upgrade, but we're still gonna get it done. I wanted to review these diff covers for you guys. So first things first, there's 6 screws back here that we need to undo, and then I have this 1-up gold that I'm gonna plan on putting on the diff in those gears inside there, just to keep it all intact and keep it all proactive from wear. So we're gonna take them off, put up the 1 grease, remember the bearing, and then we're gonna install this bad boy. So first things first, whenever I like to work on the SCX24, I like to take off the body. So take off the body clip, and then there's 2 screws back here that I like to take off. It just makes things a little bit more clean for me, in my opinion, and it helps me work on the truck a lot easier. So there's the body, we're gonna set that to the side. And here is the Jeep without the body. So back here are 6 screws that we need to undo. And luckily I have my Wera 1.3 hex. Got it off eBay. Great tool, quality tool. If you want to check it out, check out the links in the description. And so there's 6 screws right here. 2 of them are going to be different than the other 4. So just keep that in mind. So when you put it back together, you know where those go. So as I was saying, there are 2 screws that are a little bit longer than the other 4. And so as you can see here, so these are the top 2 screws and then these are the bottom 4. So the top 2 are a little bit longer, so just keep that in mind when you're putting it back together. You want to get those back in the right spot. So now we got all the screws off, so we just simply take off the diff cover. And back here there's a little bearing, and you want to take out that bearing and you want to get it out from your old diff cover and put it into your new one. So I have this little pick tool that I like to use, and I just simply put it in there and pop out the bearing very carefully. So there is the bearing for you. So you don't want to lose that. You want to put it back into your new diff cover, and you also want to grease it up while you're at it. So now I have my 1-up gold grease. I'm gonna get my Q-tip real quick. I'm gonna get a little bit on there. And I'm just gonna put it all in here. Just put a little bit. Just enough to coat that a little bit. And we're gonna get the bearing. I'm gonna put it in that little slot. So there you are. There's the bearing in the diff cover. And then I'm gonna get my gold again, and I'm just gonna put it there on these gears so it's there. I turn on the truck, turn on my controller, and I'm just gonna run it just slowly. Make sure it gets all up in the gears. A little bit more. That sounds good for me. Turn off the truck. And so now it's the easy part. We're just gonna put the diff cover back on. We're gonna remember that the two longer screws go up top and the 4 shorter ones go down below, and then we're gonna move on to the next one. So you never want to over tighten any of your screws, because sometimes you're screwing into plastic and you don't want to strip the threads. of the plastic, because then after that it'll never get tight again. So you just want to go just tight enough, not too tight. So there are the 6 screws back in, and there is your diff cover, your KYX diff cover on the truck. So now we're going to repeat the same process now on the front of the truck. And the front of the truck is a little bit harder because it's kind of hard to reach around to get to these screws right here because of this link right here, but it's possible. So we're going to get that done. So bottom 2. So I like to unscrew the steering linkage right here just to move it out of the way a little bit, and it'll help out with easy access to that diff cover. So there we go. Now you got a little bit more room to work with. So in case you were wondering, the screw lengths are just the same as they are in the back. The top 2 are the longest ones and the bottom 4 are the shorter ones. So as long as you get the top 2 in the right spot, you should be good. So now all the screws are off, and we're going to pop off the diff cover. A little bit harder to get off. Alrighty, and so here we are. There's our little bearing that we need to remove. Got my little pick. Come in here, gently remove it. Alrighty, so there's our little bearing. And we're going to repeat the process of using our 1-Up gold, and then we're going to put it in. So get a little bit of your 1-Up gold, put in that little slot right there. So the best technique I found in putting in the bearing is simply just putting it in there the best you can. Oh, and that one just slid right in. Oh, okay. All right, so that one's a little bit different, all right? So you got that little bearing in there, and then we're gonna get our 1-Up gold again, and we're just gonna put it on these gears right here. Put it on the gears. Put as much as we can. I'm gonna turn it on. Turn our controller on. Just lightly gonna run the truck. And then we're gonna get a little bit more one more time. Just fill it in again. Gonna run the truck. Alrighty. Now we've done that. Truck's back off, and we're gonna get the cover back on, and we're gonna put the screws back in. And like I said earlier, the longer 2 go up top, and the shorter 4 go down below. So I'm gonna say this right now. Removing this link off of this little point right here is so helpful when trying to access this diff cover. So just do it. It's totally worth it, and it's so easy to put back on. So there you go, that one little screw right there. Don't want to over tighten it. That one's one really easy one to over tighten. Good little hand tightened. So we're done with our 1-Up grease. We screwed on our front diff cover, and there we are. There's the front diff cover for you. So not really adding much weight, just looking for looks, and I think I like it. Would I recommend getting these ones over the hot racing ones for performance? Definitely not. But for looks, it changes it up from the gold. I'm liking it. So now I'm just gonna put on the body. Alrighty, so here is the KYX diff cover. Didn't really add much weight, it's only for looks. Got it in red. Taking off this little link right here will really help you access this diff cover and help you get those little screws right there, so definitely recommend doing that. Back here, the little 6 screws is super easy to get to, not a problem there. Remember to take out your bearing, and remember to take out your bearing out of your old diff cover, put it in your new one. Don't be like me, don't make that mistake like I did in the first series. So there it is. It's pretty much just for looks. Makes the Jeep look a little bit more realistic. And so there it is. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing. Appreciate it. I'll see you in the next video where we do a link mod. So subscribe.